At Direct Service Overhead, we know how much trust you put in the individuals who have the privilege of working on the components of your home. We understand that a broken garage door is the last thing you want to be worried about, and most of the time, doors break at the most inconvenient times. Our professionally trained technicians service 24 hours a day, and our high-cycle parts are guaranteed to make a noticeable impact on your garage door without putting a damper on your wallet. If you're looking for need of assistance maintaining your current garage door, our team has the experience and expertise to deliver the results you deserve. Give Direct Service Overhead a call today or visit us online to learn more.
All right. It is 4:13 on a Wednesday evening. You guys are probably either getting ready to eat supper or dinner, or maybe that's a little ways away from you. Maybe you're just chilling, watching some while you're watching this. That's what you're doing. Thank you guys for being here. Let's start this bad boy off. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Yo! What's going on? Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere, welcome to the Big Trail Network YouTube show. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know. I like singing in a high pitch. What can I say? Still trying to get this across social media. We're having so many issues with notifications. So I want to make sure all these are getting out. So do me a favor, if you guys haven't already, feel free to like. I'd love it if you liked. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all the links provided for you down below. And yeah, we're gonna do something similar like what we did on Monday. We're gonna watch Sam Pittman. It's not a long video at all. It's like 12 minutes. And we're going to kind of listen to what he has to say, and I'm going to respond. So if you've already seen it, then you kind of already know what to expect. But I'm going to give you, just like Monday, I'm going to give you my take. And if you haven't seen it and you just want to watch Sam Pittman, you don't want to hear me talk, then feel free to go watch the video. This is, once again, from Whole Hog Sports. We did this on Monday. I gave them a shout-out. Go do them a favor. Go tell them Ty sent you. Subscribe to them. Watch their content. They do a good job at Whole Hog Sports. I'm a fan. They've got some of the older heads are on their way out with them. Kind of sad to see, and you're going to see some new, younger, fresh talent come in for Whole Hog Sports. So we wish those guys the best over there. But we're gonna fair use their video. We're gonna watch it together. So before we get into all that, of course, you guys, shout out to Patreon supporters. Couldn't be here without you. And, of course, to our sponsor, Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. They offer same-day services, emergency service, 24/7, 365 days a year, free estimates, quality parts, affordable outcomes, hundreds of 5-star reviews, better than best results. Give them a call today, 501-244-3667. Again, that's 501-244-3667. Don't let that 501 number scare you off. They operate out of NWA and in Central Arkansas. So, yeah. Couldn't be here without them for sure. Couldn't be doing this. You guys know we've switched over to a different format. We're no longer doing, and I know it's going to take a little bit for people to catch up on how we do this. Notifications are not going out properly. I'm seeing that across YouTube, and now I'm going to do these random times. Yeah, that'll help my case. I know it's only going to hurt as far as live viewers and all that. I'm not concerned about that as much as I am just getting content to you guys. And making sure that you guys have access to some of this stuff. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to do so. Let's start off. I think I covered everything. Let's start off with some recruiting updates. We have before we get into that, did you see that Markel Wade's going to get his opportunity to go play some football? Did you guys see this? I read this from Markel Wade. Once again, I did that on Monday too. I've got Markel Wade on the brain. Trey Wade, my bad. Trey Wade, number 3. Trey Wade. He's going to get an opportunity, it looks like. Eric Musselman had talked about this once before. He's got a big frame. He's got a big, wide frame. He's got long arms, big body. Who knows what they could do? Eric Musselman tweeted out, excited for Trey Wade getting an opportunity to participate in NFL tryouts. Can speak from experience. Torn rotator cuff. He is tough and can play through contact. And this article comes from the Times Record from Tricia Easto from the Fort Smith Times Record. She writes, from Bud Walton Arena to the NFL? That could happen for Arkansas basketball forward Trey Wade, according to tweets from head coach Eric Musselman. Of course, we already read that. That's right. Not only is Wade heading for an NFL tryout, but the graduate student is responsible for the torn rotator cuff of Eric Musselman, which he experienced in the 2021-2022 season. As previously reported, Musselman suffered a full tear of the spinatus tendon, I guess, and partial tears to the infraspinatus. I'm sorry. Once again, here we go. I'm not reading all this crap. He got messed up. Let's just say that. Musselman missed 2 games, and assistant coach Keith Smart coached in his place. You guys recall he did a pretty good job replacing Musselman for a short period of time. If anyone familiar with Wade's contact and physicality, it's Eric Musselman. Musselman continued saying that Wade could work with Arkansas football's defensive coordinator Barry Odom and become an outside linebacker. But Wade corrected him and said he's a tight end. I don't know, man. I'd kind of like to see him line up at DN. At about 20 pounds, that's a lot. And it's happened before. Antonio Gates. Wasn't it Antonio Gates that played college? Didn't he play college basketball? Like somewhere out west, right? UCLA or somewhere. Maybe one of the Arizona schools. But so, yeah, good on him. Nice. Yo, what's up, Ty? How you doing, Chris? My dad loves your videos. That's cool, Reagan Family Farms. I appreciate that. But the new layout of the Hogs is that well, but it's going to have to work. Wait, what? But the new layout of the Hogs, is it that well, but it's going to have to work. Okay. Ricky Murray says he's still at work. Chris is about to cook. What's up, Jeff McNeil? How you doing, man? Texas A&M is absolutely killing it on top recruits. Arkansas has to up their dollar sign, especially with UT and OK coming in. Yeah. How much NIL? I have no idea. It's going to be tough for Arkansas if the cash doesn't go up. I guess if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. It's not always that, though, Michael. You have to consider that these players are going to pick the best place, the best destination for them that they feel like will give them a great opportunity to play at the next level. It's not always just about, like, what can you pay me now? I hate to tell you that. That's not all what these kids are in on, man. It has a combination of, sure, NIL definitely has an impact. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But what can they do in terms of getting me to the league, to the NFL? In Arkansas, let's be honest, even though Sam Pittman's done a really good job of straightening some things out and had a fantastic year last year, you've got Treylon Burks who's going into the first round, right? It's going to help his case, but at the end of the day, it's all about what the hell can you do for me, not only now, but can you get me to the next level? Ty watched some old videos. Oh, Lord. Watched some of old videos of yours during the Chad Morris era, and they are classics. Zachary Beeler, thanks, man. I hope you enjoyed them. Ramon Shiesty, is there going to be a meetup at the open scrimmage? So I haven't had a lot of responses on this. I put it out on Discord about a possible meetup or something, and I had like 2 people respond. So I guess the way I'm going to play it is I'll just tell you guys where I'm at on Discord. I guess we're not going to do a meetup. There's not been a lot of hype for this scrimmage, and it is bizarre to me. You're coming off a 9-win season. You have all these new pieces in place. KJ's back. What are they doing with the quarterback situation? What's going on here? Malik Hornsby, is he going to line up at wideout some? How's he looking? What about these 5 stars? Jaden Hazelwood and Sanders, the linebacker. You know, a lot of moving parts, and usually that's kind of stokes the fire for some hype and excitement. I'm just not feeling it. And what's funny is I was thinking this the other day, and someone in a group chat that I'm in said the same thing. Without me, I didn't say anything. He said it. He said, man, I don't know what it is, but there's just not much hype for this, and I can't figure it out. I think some of it's on the U of A. You know, they usually hype up the red-white scrimmage, and they talk about all the festivities. By the way, they're doing a car show in the north end zone, which I will totally be there for. I'm not sure how early I'll get there, but I'm going to be there for it. I want to take a look at them rides, assuming everything goes to plan Saturday morning. Again, kickoff's at 11 for this. Well, I say kickoff. The open scrimmage starts at 11. The car show starts at 8. We'll talk more about it whenever the next time I go live. Remember, I'm not going live on Friday. Or if I do, it might be Friday night or it's going to be Thursday night. I will get you that third live show, I promise. But, yeah, I think that this year they just haven't hyped it up that much. I don't think the U of A has done much to excite people, and that's weird. That's just strange to me. Like, you know, it's used to be a big deal. Even when Arkansas wasn't good, it was still something going on. You know, it's still a little bit of football. It's like the last hurrah for football. And I mean, it's like rarely anybody gives a shit, and it's so strange to me. I'm all like giddy about it, and I bring it up in Discord, and I don't think but like 4 people even bothered to respond. It is what it is. I don't know. I just hope no starters blow an ACL on a stupid scrimmage. Michael, they have to scrimmage. You've already had 2 kind of hot takes already, my man. I'm going to tell you, they got to scrimmage. It's not about pleasing the crowd, I assure you. And that's what kind of started the red-white scrimmages all those years ago. It's like, well, we got to scrimmage anyways. Might as well open it up to the public. Back in the day, they used to have all their back in Houston Nutt era, I'm pretty sure they had all their scrimmages open. And then they did one special event where they had festivities and everything to draw a crowd. But, of course, that was before television, before the SEC network. They got a scrimmage anyways. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing what they should. It's not just some grand spectacle to please the crowd or to please SEC network. This is something that's been going on for decades. Long time. But you're not wrong. Yeah, I hope they get out healthy. I agree. Well, let's see. Welp, guess me taking my ATV out for a ride is out of the question now. My bad, man. You could always just plug in the earbuds, and just drive. Just don't be too crazy. Is Landon Jackson wearing a green jersey? Landon Jackson did participate in practice this week. He was in helmet, and I don't believe he was in shoulder pads or anything else like the rest of the guys. He is participating. I mentioned this on the Discord Patreon page earlier today. Pretty sure I did. Let me find it here. What did I say? Hang on. Maybe I didn't mention it there. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't mention it. Talked about the quarterback situation. I guess I didn't mention it there. That's my bad. I talked about the visitors for this weekend, but I didn't bring it. Oh, no, I did. It's at the very bottom. Yeah, Landon Jackson finally got to practice, and this was yesterday. So, yeah, he is limited. They're going to take it easy on him, and Sam Pittman talks about that. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be wearing a green jersey, though. It's wait and see on Razorback football right now, especially with Burks gone. I don't know if I fully agree with that. Going to be real. I don't know. Maybe some folks are sleeping a little too hard on Arkansas. I'm just saying. It's supposed to rain here in Little Rock Saturday. What about there? I don't know. While we're here, what is it, Wednesday evening, I don't typically trust the forecast until you're about 24 hours out. Saturday, right now, it looks like there's a possibility of rain, of a thunderstorm. But the way this works is you got to take this with a grain of salt until you get to Friday. And what I've seen is typically is it moves out, right? Like you see rain and then it moves to the next day. The day before, it's a 30% chance on Friday. But Saturday, the whole weekend, it's supposed to rain. So my guess is it might rain. I don't know. That sucks. I had not looked at that. I'm glad you asked that. Thank you for asking that. So, yeah, they haven't hyped this thing up at all. At all. In fact, they even said, what Sam Pittman said to the public, it's not the red-white scrimmage. So I think that probably had something to do with it. Again, do me a favor, guys. Make sure you're sharing the content. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe as well. We continue to climb. Yeah, so, Michael, we're about to watch here in just a minute. We're going to watch. We're going to do what we did on Monday. For those of you who are just coming in, we're going to do the exact same thing we did on Monday. Except this time, we're going to do a little PIP action here in a second. Also, let's get into the recruiting updates here really quick. You're going to have some good visitors coming up this weekend. I'm not naming them all off because there's a whole bunch of 2024 and 2025 kids. I'm not going down that entire list because I don't have it. What I do know, 3-star, 6'6", 360-pound offensive tackle out of Frisco, Texas, Connor Stroh, who I'm hearing might be one of the more underrated players coming out of Texas, is going to be here on Saturday. Vyson Lang, another 3-star tackle, 6'5", 330 pounds out of Alabama, Pike Road, Alabama. He's here today. Let's see. Luke Brown, this is a big one. 6'5", 300-pound 4-star guard out of Paris, Tennessee is here today. And the name that everybody loves to talk about, Jaden Rashada, big-time quarterback, 4-star on 247 Sports. I think his composite's 5. He's a 5-star on composite. 6'4", 185-pounder, dual-threat quarterback out of Pittsburgh, California. He's going to be here Saturday. It's going to be tough to grab someone that far out West Coast. I'm not even sure where the hell he's at in California, but you say California, hell, you say Arizona. That's too far west, right? That's too far west for Arkansas typically. But they're taking a real shot at him and a couple of quarterbacks they're going all in on. So those guys are all either here now or you're going to get a couple of those guys here on Saturday. Also, another big-time prospect, 4-star, 6'2", 230-pound linebacker out of Liberty, Missouri, Melvin Laster. He's coming back for his second visit. The last visit he was on back on October 16th was an unofficial visit. Now he's back for an official. So he will be present on Saturday. So there's some big time. There's some big names. You've also got, and I just do not like Arkansas's chances with this kid. I hope he's not here. We've heard of this before where kids come in and really what they're doing is they're trying to sway kids to follow them. I hope this isn't the case. And I don't know Chadavion Bradley. I don't know him at all. I don't know anything about him other than he's going to be here on Saturday. He's a 6'4", 210. I think he's just kind of considered an outside linebacker / rush end. But he's a 5-star, 4 or 5-star, depending on the recruiting site. He's going to be here on Saturday. If I remember correctly, he actually narrowed down his list a little while back. Arkansas wasn't on it. So it's surprising to me that they're bringing Shadavion Bradley back on for a visit. And yeah, Landon Jackson, I have that as my last part here. Landon Jackson was able to practice. So he was a little bit limited this week. Another news, non-Razorback related news, but I found this interesting. Former Georgia quarterback JT Daniels is headed off to West Virginia. The rumor had been he was interested in Missouri and Oregon State. Those were two of the other schools on his list. He's heading to West Virginia. He completed 72% of his passes a year ago, 722 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks in 2021. So good luck to JT Daniels off to West Virginia. West Virginia. I'll probably be at the game. Won't be at the car show, though, coming from North Little Rock. Yeah, I know, man. Especially if it's going to rain. I don't blame anybody. I hope Josh Pate picks us for his week 1 game. That would be pretty sweet. Arch Manning going to UVA says Manning wants nothing to do with the SEC DB. Who said that? Cincinnati versus Arkansas week 1. Wow, that's going to be a lot of fun. Has there been much word on the continuing development of KJ and his relationship with the receivers? I haven't been able to keep up. I mean, again, you're just kind of going through the motions in spring camp, really. I mean, I know they say you're not supposed to say that, but I don't know. I think they're doing okay from what I could tell. I will say this. 247 put out their list of someone's going to – I'm going to find that on our Discord. Someone posted that, or maybe someone could do me a favor and repost it, but there's this list of upcoming players that are the most to be excited about or whatever. He makes this list. I didn't get a chance to really – I briefly saw it. You guys posting – we've got Prince Chappelle Show, Prince. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh, that's Patreon. That's the Patreon page. I was like, when were y'all posted Prince? What is this about? I'm trying to scroll up and find it. But anyways, Katron Jackson, there it is. 22 players to watch ahead of the 2022 college football season. Katron Jackson comes in at number 13. I think they've been listening to Kendall Briles, and we sat here and listened to it on Monday and talked about it. Katron Jackson being talked about as one of the fastest players from a year ago or from that last year's roster. Sorry, reading my phone here. Saying that he's one of the fastest receivers from last year's rosters. And he even mentioned, or last year's roster, not plural, last year's roster, talking about, Treylon Burks. He said Treylon Burks might disagree with that. Maybe Kendall Briles was a little emboldened by that comment because Treylon ran a 4.55 official NFL 40 combine. I don't know. Katron, though, it's not shocking if you kept up with his recruiting. Jackson is a special kind of talent, and I'm so happy to see that he's getting recognition. And not only did they make this list of 22 players, this was from 247. Not only did they make this list of players, you would think, okay, they might put him at the back end of that at 21, 22. They put him in the top 15. They put him at 13th on this list. And this is a mix. This isn't just SEC. This isn't just SEC West or SEC. This is the entire landscape of college football on either side of the ball. And he made 13, 22 players to watch ahead of 22 the 2022 college football season. I'm not going to lie. Even before I saw this, I had already made him like 80. I think I've got him at 84 on NCAA football on Revamped or NCAA 14. But I felt like maybe I should bump him up. I don't do odd numbers. I hate it. Maybe I'm a little OCD with the odd numbers. I don't know. I hate the odd numbers on the overall rating. So he's 84, but realistically he should be like 85, maybe even I think maybe right on the heels of 86 overall. I am really excited about Katron Jackson. I'm also excited about Warren Thompson. But if you watch enough Mark Rogers when I'm on there, I've kind of been known to make some comments about him there. I've heard people say if we could start off the season 4-1, possibly 5-0, we could compete for the West next season. Well, yeah, I mean at that point you absolutely would. Do you think Brittany and McLaughlin are day one starters? It's known Drew Sanders and Jaden Hazelwood are the transfers that'll make the most impact, but what about those two, Brittany and McLaughlin? Yeah, I think both are. They're going to kind of flip those guys around. They're mixing up the secondary quite a bit, and that's coming from Barry Odom. That's coming from the media that've been able to cover what they've been able to cover. They're mixing up the back end of the entire defensive back, all of it, not just the back end, but the corner as well. They're mixing them up. Ladarius Bishop gets pushed back. He's not a starter at the moment. Johnson's going to start right now ahead of him. We saw this last year. All kinds of movement during spring camp and the early days of fall camp, and it wasn't really until those final, I want to say final couple of weeks during fall camp where it started to cement, where it was like, oh, snap, well, so-and-so's going to start, and this guy's going to start, and this guy's going to rotate. That's not what it looked like back in spring. Here we are, right? You think any of the freshman wide receivers get time? I do. I'm telling you, Samuel Bakke, the more I watch, the more I read, the more I look at his what numbers are out there and his analytics, that dude could be special. I just, he might be a little bit behind. Him and Isaiah Centenia, I think, could both make a splash. And you've still got Quincy McAdoo. I like Washington at tight end. I'm starting to wonder if he doesn't make his way into the 3 deep one way or another. If Hudson Henry from what I understand, Hudson Henry's kind of been in that rotating spot, and he has been for 3 freaking years. It wouldn't shock me at all to see him get bumped back, but he also knows the offense better than anybody on that roster right now. Sup, Ty? Your stash is growing back. You like that? Yeah, it is. It's finally coming back. Yeah, I do think it's possible that you see someone break through. Now the problem is you still got Hazelwood, right? You've got I just mentioned his name. You got Warren Thompson. You got some experienced cats, right? And Warren Thompson, who's been in this offense for a minute. You've got, of course, Katron Jackson. You've got Warren. You've got the Florida State transfer. You've got a number of guys here that you're going to have to battle through. You still got. I'm skipping out on names here. You've got a number of guys that you're going to have to battle through. Stevens. I mean, they're kind of loaded. We just don't know what they're going to look like when it comes time. When game one arrives, I don't know where I would put anybody except maybe Katron Jackson for sure being a starter, who's been running with the ones. Freshmen have a hell of a, especially with guys that aren't here, and I've talked about that with Centenia. Centenia's not here. Why not? Centenia, you got to be here, bro. But he's got track life, and so on and so forth. Okay, Pittsburgh, CA is close to Sacramento. My family is from California. Oh, okay. Thanks, Grant. Appreciate that. That is, California. It's all far. I'm going to see Hudson Henry grab 5 touchdowns this year. I'd love to see him be a bigger part of this offense. I would say Centenia, but him missing spring camp will probably hurt him. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question, Tony. Who makes the bigger impact, Deke Adams or Dominic Bowman? I would go Adams. I'd go Deke Adams. I'm loving what I'm hearing about what's going on there. I hope KB feels like he can open the playbook up a little bit more this year. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Well, listen. It's year 3, right? You've got a returning, and I'm not saying he's a Heisman candidate quarterback. I'm not saying that. But you have a guy that's been in this system for 3 years. He started last year. And the year before that, he got an opportunity to play against Missouri. And before that, of course, that was before Sam Pittman. He had an opportunity the year before that just to be on the field. Didn't look good as a freshman. And he came through last year, right? KJ was big. And having this debate with people, you do not win. You don't beat Penn State. You don't win 8 games without KJ Jefferson. And 4 out of your 5 starting offensive linemen. Okay, you got Nathan Bax, who's working out with the ones apparently at tight end, or he's getting a lot of time. Trey Knox has been out, of course, with that concussion. Hudson Henry's kind of been meh. Washington has been the guy. It wouldn't shock me at all to see Washington make the 3 deep, maybe even the 2 deep. I'm not lying. Like Aaron Outley's been a no-show, and of course he dealt with an injury that he sustained his senior year down in Little Rock. But there's no excuse this year to be better one way or another. Now they did finish with a top 8 rush offense in the country, number 1 in the SEC, the best rushing attack in the country. But now it's like, let's see the rest of that catch up. Let's get the scoring offense put together. Let's get up to that 34 point, 33 and a half, 34 and a half points a game. Let's start to see them finish off drives with tutties, with 6 points and not a field goal. God bless Cam Little. It's time to turn it on, man. Kick the tires and light the fire. This offense should soar. I know Burks isn't back. And that is a lot of production. That is a lot of your passing production. But with what they've been able to bring in, you should be able to counter the loss of him with a receiver by committee type approach. You know, Burks consumed what, 70% of your the passes. I loved what Bryle said about the state of Arkansas. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about that on Monday, didn't we? Big thank you to Felipe Franks for teaching KJ the ropes. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think Jordan Crook will be our best freshman. I'm telling you, Crook's getting some love. All right, without further ado, we've gotten everything covered. Let's do this. Let's watch our boy Sammy. Let's see what he has to say. We're going to sit here and let's see. Get this thing rolling here. Oh, that's a trip, isn't it? Oh, is that tripping you out? I hope you guys aren't. Hope you're not consuming things you're not supposed to be consuming. Oh, that is a trip right there. All right. I don't know if this is going to tell me how this looks. Let's see here.
With Saturday's open practice, what kind of format?
All right, I'm going to pause it here. Hang on just a second. Let me pop in here on my phone so I can get a good look at it. What are you doing? Hey, and be sure you guys make sure you like the stream, please. Make sure you like it, share it, and all that good stuff. I'm going to have to – whoa. Yeah, it's covering up his face. Okay. I'm glad I did that now. It's covering up his face. We're going to have to drop the – boop, 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 boop. There we go. See how that looks. And tell me if you guys can hear it. It's still not in there properly. Hang on. Loving you. All right. This is kind of hard to do when you don't have. Is that any better? Because what we did on Monday was we didn't do the PIP. I don't know if that's much better. Oh, man. We may just have to watch it as is. I don't know why it's doing this. Or we just do this. Here we go. We'll just do this. Trey Biddy. Mr. Clean. That's my boy right there. Let's do this.
You have laid out for it.
Yeah. What we'll do, Trey, is we're going to go scrimmage format, except there won't be instantaneous on special teams. So I'm going to go 1-2-2-1. They'll thud. The veterans will thud the threes and some trade. Let's say some of the twos. You know how we did the combination period 1-2. Well, y'all weren't at the scrimmage, but
y'all tell me if you can hear that loud and clear too. By the way,
we've done it before 1-2, where we might take KJ out and put Malik in. We're going to do a little bit of that in a scrimmage format with the 2-3s. In other words, if we have maybe possibly a AJ Green or somebody that we need to tackle, see him live a little bit more. So we'll thud up the veterans. The young guys will scrimmage. But after the three racks of 1-2, 2-1, 3-3, we will do kickoff, and then we'll come back.
Well, I mean, I got it pretty far up. There, Mike. Let's try that.
Back and do 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2 in a third situation, 3 versus 3 with some of those twos in there in a scrimmage situation. Then we'll come back and do punt, and then we're going to do some red area stuff, both high and low. We'll have a 2-minute get the ball back 2-minute situation at the end. The only thing we won't do Saturday is 2nd and 10 play it. With us not, and I know that with us not going live, the scrimmage will be somewhat subjective, obviously. I just think we have a veteran team. We've thudded better this year than we have the 2 previous years we've been here. And we did tackle to the ground in last scrimmage. So I think that's how we're going to run it, Trey.
Muted. You're talking about basically being in team the whole time, not like doing Skelly and inside.
No, you're exactly right. It will be a scrimmage format team. Then it'll be either 1-2, 2-1, or good on good the entire day.
Thanks.
Coach, we saw some Landon Jackson out there going through some drills. What did you think for his, I guess, first day back? First time I saw him, how nice was that?
Yeah, great. I went down there because I wanted to see him, move around. I've seen him run a straight line, but I wanted to see him move around. And I thought he looked pretty good, especially for, his first real movement since his injury. And I thought he looked good. He's long, big, great kid, works hard. So I was happy that he was able to get back out there. He's still a ways away, but to let him go do some change of direction, position, I'm sure that he feels good about it. I do too.
And I saw him back out there in green today, but Pooh Paul, I'm curious what you saw from him when he was healthy. What do you like from him?
Yeah, I like him. I think he's one of our top 3 linebackers. Obviously, he was running with the ones before he got the concussion. But I like his physicality. He's very bright, very smart, can run. So I think he's going to really help us a lot. And it was good to get him back out there. Obviously, the first day that the kids come back from concussion protocol is non-contact. So that was his practice today in green, and then he'll be back on Thursday.
Got it.
Hey, Sam, I'm going to stick in that linebackers room too. Just what do you like about Jordan Crook? He looks like a pretty good-sized kid, runs through the ball pretty well.
He's thick. He can run, and he plays really hard. Again, another smart guy. But he plays extremely hard, wants to be coached, exactly what you want in a young guy, that you can kind of mold how you want because, he wants to be good and he has the athletic ability to be good. So he's one of the harder working young guys I've ever seen. So he's going to be a good player. Excuse me.
I think about this time last week, I asked you about Rocket and what you meant about him becoming more.
Really quick, I just posed a question down below if you guys haven't seen it. What newcomer makes the biggest impact in 2022, this upcoming season? Hog Dog says Drew Sanders. That's a good pick right there. That's hard to argue with. I plan on, obviously, I'm going to talk quite a bit about that this year. He talked about Crook. That dude just continues to get compliments. Every time Sam Pittman, I've heard this on the radio too, when he's talked to the radio, and I've heard different media folks talk about this. This dude looks filled out and definitely looks the part. Keep your eye on Manny Powell over the summer and through fall camp when I'm assuming he's going to be able to go by fall camp. I guess we'll find out. He's unavailable at the moment to go full pad or anything, but linebacker room might be quietly better than we realize. Maybe all those losses, maybe they're able to kind of make up for him a little bit.
More of a true tailback. I'm curious, kind of building off that, can you sense that he's maybe growing more away from the field and kind of being someone maybe the
Michael, newcomer. Newcomer means anybody. Transfer or newcomer, freshman or a portal player, either one.
some of the younger
And yes, Pooh Paul is the nickname.
guys in the room look to?
I think so. You know, Rocket's always been the first guy to study table. I mean, a guy that sets up and shows high respect. They all do there in the team meetings. But if you ask, his teachers, the academic staff, the training staff, the nutrition staff, they'll all tell you that he's been very mature ever since he got here. Just a wonderful, wonderful kid. I do think that last year got him some confidence, and therefore now he's able to teach the young guys and R-Dub and some of those guys. I've seen him be a really good teacher on the football field.
Lastly, for me, just is there an update on McLaughlin? I don't think he was out there with you guys when you're going through team stuff. I think if I'm remembering right, is he okay?
Well, he was out there, I think, most of the day. He's beat up a little bit with a ham, but other than that, Barry and them, we went how we do it. If there's a question mark, if they can go or not, we take them through Indy to see individual drills to see how much they can do for the day. And evidently at some point during practice, it tightened back up on him.
Thanks.
Sam, you guys cross-train so many in the defensive backfield. I'm wondering how deep do you think you can go with those positions?
Well,
Good question here, Tom Murphy. It's a good question. This kind of, I'm not gonna say it surprised me, but maybe a little bit. But when you consider, especially with guys dealing with who are banged up like McLaughlin and Bishop lost his starting job, right? And he's going to give you this answer. This is interesting. Not shocking, but interesting.
well, I believe we can, we have, I'm looking up here on my board. I'm going to say that we would feel really good going too deep there. Obviously.
Okay, too deep. Now think about that. How many in this defense, how many positions are in the defensive backfield, right? Like the 4-3 defense, obviously you have 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, a classic old school defense. Arkansas obviously runs kind of, I think their goal is to go multiple fronts. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about them trying to go with a 4-man front because they're only a handful of guys can play the nose tackle or defensive tackle spot because of their size with only, I think, 4 guys at 300 plus. But think about that. That's 2 corners, 2 safeties, and a nickel. And he's telling you could go too deep at any of those positions. That's saying something.
You have your better players, that you certainly don't want to lose. But I think we have, to me, that's probably where we have the most depth on our team is, back there in the secondary. And of course, Barry could always, go on a 4-man line if we got limited and take one of the DBs off the field. But I think right now we feel pretty good with what we have, at least 2 deep, probably 11 players.
Okay, and then Ladarius Bishop, does he have a chance to work his way back up with ones, or how's he doing?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody has a chance to be a starter. He was hurt a lot of spring ball, and I would say instead of yes, he has, but he hasn't done anything wrong. The other guys just played some pretty good ball, and he's got to work his way back up to that first team, and he's very talented, and so I think he'll work his way back up. But he lost quite a bit of time.
Okay, we haven't asked you yet the decision to practice at the stadium most of spring. What all played into that for you?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. Besides, I didn't think our practice, Tom, our practice field, we used it primarily because I didn't like the turf. that particular turf, which we're going to replace. But the only way our practice field is going to heal up is if we don't go out there on it. So that, and I think
I'm pretty sure, and I'm glad Arky56. What's up, Pops? How you doing? I'm pretty sure he says it here. I can't remember if he said it here or if he said it on the radio. Yeah, it was here. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna find out how much room they have in the out of the portal. I thought the kid they got out of Georgia Tech. After him, I thought maybe they had, one or two spots. He's gonna tell us here in just a second how much room they have. I think that's on this, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I heard it on the radio. But if he doesn't say it here, I'll just tell you when we're done.
I think the kids enjoy.
Pretty sure he says
the
it.
Stadium, and I think Garth Brooks and them's going to tear it up pretty good, anyway. So we figure we get as many good practices in there as we can. So that was really the two thoughts that went into that.
All right, let me know if you got more questions. Trey?
What do you not like about the turf?
Our kids don't like it. They felt like it's hard, and that it's hard on their knees and their joints. They thought it was a hard surface. So we chose last year. They liked the indoor better. So we chose last year to go grass and then indoor instead of using the outdoor, only on maybe occasion on special teams, Trey. But the kids didn't like it. It's older. I don't know. It's 8 or 9 years old. And, they've come out with some newer turf and things of that nature. So we decided as soon as spring ball's over or sometime in the summer that we're going to replace it.
You had mentioned in the past that you have 3 spots in the portal left. Are you including Jordan Dominic in that?
See, this is my question.
No.
Okay, so 3 more spots.
I have 3 more.
And you're still planning on 2 defensive linemen and a wide receiver unless there's a –
See, I think the assumption was, and I think a lot of people, and I've heard them say this here, local media, that Jordan Dominic, kid out of Georgia Tech, was supposed to count towards those 3, because if you look at the portal, it doesn't make sense how they have so much room. I don't know. I've given up trying to keep up with the damn portal. But yeah, 3 spots. You guys, you already said it in chat, but that is correct. 3 spots. So, well, I'll ask the question here at the end. Let's let him finish.
Best available.
That's the plan. Unless somebody comes out of there that we're going, oh my gosh. And if that happens, then it'll be somebody else. But that's the plan. I think we're still waiting on, situation with the portal and dates and all that kind of stuff as well. So some things change on there, then our plans may change.
Thanks, Coach.
That's it. Okay.
All right, that wraps up. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Guys.
I'll flip
Thank
this
you.
bad boy back around. Come on.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Lord.
It's a Monday, which means
Nope, we don't want to listen to that. Ask Mike. Who doesn't like watching those? I like those, but we're not going to watch that right now. Let me, this is tripping y'all out. I know it is. Hang on. Goodness. All right, we got to throw our wall up. Where you at? There you are. Okay. There we go. Just like new. And you can see my studio lighting. I didn't even realize that was in the frame or the shot. Here's a question. With that kind of room left, what do they do? What do they go after? And someone said 2 defensive linemen and a wide receiver. I could absolutely see that. I could see them going after 2 defensive linemen. I could. I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to go after some bigs to play down in the middle. I think they're going to need some more 295, 300 fellas, preferably 300 north of 300 pounds. You don't have to be 6'5", 325, but they're going to need some more depth there. They're going to need absolutely some more depth. Ask Mike gets agitated when he gets asked a question. That's what it should be called. He does get agitated. You're not wrong. I like those segments. I really do. Mike, of course, is a man of the people. He's also someone who on Twitter a couple years ago, it was during the Chad Morris era, he told people, actively complain on Twitter if you're not happy with what you're seeing. Maybe it was a year ago. I think it was 2 years ago. It was right after the Chad Morris stuff, and he encouraged Hog fans like, look, if it's bad, then you need to take to Twitter, and that's what it's there for. So, Ask Mike is a good segment. It is. Something else I learned that to have eligibility for the next season, transferring from SEC to SEC, you had to be in the portal by February 1st. Yeah, well, that's to participate during spring camp. That's not eligibility. I don't believe that's eligibility for the next season. That's eligibility to participate in spring camp. The cutoff date to be ineligible for the next season is like June 1st. At least it was. Like Sam Pittman said, dates change. It's kind of stupid. I hate how nothing's written in stone. I get that, but like it's so annoying to keep up with all this crap because they keep changing it. But I'm pretty sure anyone can transfer in now and be eligible for the next season, Ricky. I don't unless that's a rule change that I missed. But like that kid at Jordan Dominic, when did Jordan Dominic join? Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. Again, it's who knows. Transfer portal. Let's see. You had Jordan Dominic. This says February 18th. As far as I know, he's absolutely eligible this year. And he's in on the 18th. So I don't know. Like I said, ask Mike. There's a good question. What the hell is the cutoff date? Is Deke Adams an upgrade? I think so. Yeah. So there's a chance a high level player sees his playing time look bleak and bounces to the hill. Love it. A&M has 15 5-star. Yeah, they're kind of stacked. D-line needs a lot of help. Is Dorian Gerald still here? You know what? That's a good question. I don't think so. I didn't see his name on the official roster on their website. Let's look. I don't think he's still there. No, he's not on there. I'm not seeing him. Cameron Ball, Torrin Carter, Eric Thomas, Landon Jackson, Eric Gregory, J.J. Hollingsworth, Zach Williams, Jashad Stewart, Marcus Miller, Isaiah Nichols, John Hill. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have Gerald on here. And by the way, this is the first year that I could remember they actually updated their roster on the website before their final scrimmage. I don't seem to remember them doing this last year because they still had people on there that weren't on the team. It was a mess. I'm glad they did that. So no, Dorian Gerald is not. I think he did actually have a year of eligibility left. I'm pretty sure I remember someone saying that. No eligibility for next season. SEC Mike talks about it. Well, I don't know. Like I said, Jordan Dominic is here on the 18th, and as far as I know, he's immediately eligible. In fact, it even says that on Hog Sports that he's like, there's no sit out. So I don't know, man. Unless that's a new rule starting next year, I could see that. Didn't they recently have a meeting on that? So that would make sense if it's next year. I don't think it applies to this year. So next year I could see that. And look, that's the way it should be. I'm all for that. In fact, number 5 being worn on defense is Cam Ball. Yeah, Cam Ball is wearing number 5. I think you're right. Yeah, number 5. Torrin Carter switched to number 9. That happened last week. That was a little surprising. Gerald got hurt first game. Yeah, both year he did. First year he sure did. It's unfortunate. That's someone who I would like to have seen play. That's so unfortunate. So, all right, well, that's it. We're done. Look at that, under an hour. I told my wife the goal was 40 minutes. We're gonna cut it there. Again, I apologize for notifications. I realize not everybody got them. That's still a problem here. All I can say is make sure you hit the like button. That's the only way that these videos get pushed to the top. They've been getting pushed down. I don't know why. My traffic is up. My subscribers are up. My like to dislike ratio is the same, which is really high. It's like 97% like to 3% dislike. I mean, it's really high. I have no idea why they're pushing the content further down when you look it up on YouTube or Google, but it is. So do me a favor, make sure you're liking the streams, do everything you can to support your boy, and make sure you're a subscriber as well, and you have the notification bell selected, because Friday, look, my kids are out of school. We're going to go spend a day together. I think we're going to go watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I might take them to Locomotion. I don't know, assuming it's still there. Be careful with these storms. This stuff is kind of crazy. I do appreciate you guys. I really do. Patreon supporters, to our Discord people, thank you guys a lot. If you're not in our Discord, I say it every show. Make sure you join. I sent DG a message and I keep you updated. Yeah, man. Tell him tell him Ty on Pig Trail would like to interview him. I'd love to have him on and just talk to him about his experience here. One of my favorite players that never really got an opportunity here, and it's so unfortunate. All right, I'll see you guys when I see you. Maybe Thursday night, maybe Friday. I don't know, but just make sure you've got the notification button, the bell clicked, and you're subscribed and all that. And Woo Pig, I'll see you next time. Go Hogs.
At Direct Service Overhead.